Boom.
Cinco,
Vier, drei, zwei, eins.
I went too fast. I ruined it.
That's it. Hey guys, the ball dropped. It's time.
Hello and welcome to Let's Bring Them In. I'm up-and-coming marketing rock star Ben DeHart.
Hi there, I'm Evan Klein. I'm a former Academic Economic Scholarship Award winner.
And I am Derek, the Knight of Ethics.
All right, and today is our New Year's Eve episode, so I hope you all are ready to bring in the new year, new me.
Thank you to all of our listeners who are not Chinese and Japanese, as I know that their New Year's was not today, so do not feel excluded.
Exactly, and the Canadians who their New Year's falls a little bit later because they didn't declare independence fast enough.
True, and anyone who doesn't follow the Gregorian calendar still.
Oh, see?
Yep, so
Surprised
including the troops.
Yes, well,
right.
Cheers to you. But to all those who still believe in freedom, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Hey guys, let's talk quick recap. 2018. This was a bad year, right guys?
Oh, man.
It was a real stinker. It was a real stinker.
Remember when
Much
Stan
worse
Lee
than-
died?
I hated that.
Me too. It was the worst part, I think.
Remember when Professor Snape died? That guy's dead?
Yeah.
Was that this year?
No.
No, but it happened.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, we're talking about what happened in 2018. I guess this was the mourning period for Alan Rickman. I still got a lot of like, oh man, Snape.
California's
Who else,
on fire still, I think.
Yeah.
California's
Who
still
else,
on
who
fire.
else died this year? Who else did this year take?
Literally just the creator of SpongeBob.
Yeah.
yep.
President Bush, the first one, number 41.
HW.
HW.
Yep. You know what he always said, whatever you are, be a good one.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. So we decided to ignore his advice and we became terrible podcast hosts.
That's right.
I think we became
Just-
a better one instead of just a good one.
Exactly. And the best we could be.
The best anyone could have hoped from us.
Where we are pleasantly surprising everyone and our moms.
That's right.
Hi, Mom.
Both of my moms.
Both of my moms.
All
Yep.
three of my moms, because yeah, I assume all of your moms see me as a second son. No, I don't know if I know Derek's mom well enough
That's
for
all
that.
right. I'm sure she would be like, oh, Ben.
Derek's mom gave me a letter for to request cookies for my
she
first
gave
year
me
of
that
college.
too.
Yep, but I didn't go to college for like 3 years.
Cash
so
it in, dude.
I really wanted to, but I lost it, and I don't know if mail still works that well.
Yeah. No, she would, because I remember when she did that, she was like, Evan never sent back his cookie thing, so I guess he's just not going to get any. And I was like, well,
We should
I
circle
guess.
back to fixing the post office at some point.
Oh, yeah, we should.
Oh, yep. Put a pin in it, listeners.
Yeah. I would like to talk to you guys a little bit about what the new year brings to us, specifically what we all watch every year, and that's the ball drop
Oh,
from
yeah.
various news channels.
I'm auditioning to be the ball this year.
New Year's rockin'. Oh, you are?
Yes, there is
Yep.
there is a survey live now. You can go to Make Evan Big Ball Boy 2019.
I want them to drop me from the sky on a drone, and I'm gonna die. I'm gonna hit the pavement hard.
I think you're underestimating the power of your own thick thighs. I think
I
you
do
will
too.
cripple the pavement.
I'm gonna parachute down, and slowly, like as time goes, they're gonna be able to like set an atomic clock to the speed that I drop to the ground. I'm gonna be giving everyone the finger as I do it, yelling at them.
This is one way we could sort of take the ball and make it interesting because it hasn't been for a good long time. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
sort
like
of
the
let's wait
size
for the...
of, I don't know, like a kitchen table, I think, and it's all covered in lights and it moves so slow. It's just like, this is the worst part, to watch it fall for a full minute.
It never goes up either. Imagine if it went up and you were like, "Is time going backwards now?"
That would be really cool.
That
It
gives
should
me...
go up. Time's not linear.
Oh, guys, that gave me a really good idea.
Just like
instead,
bouncing up and down. Whoa.
instead of like a ball slowly dropping, we lean into the desire for speed, and we include launch codes to send the ball from like around the world back to New York Times Square.
That would be cool.
So and we like send it at just the right moment so that as the new year hits, it smashes back into the center of Times Square.
Wait, better idea. Why doesn't it get everyone involved? Smash into a random city in the U.S. and if your city wins, then your town center is obliterated, and you get to have a nice economic spike because you'll have to fix it.
Yeah.
Exactly. You get a crater in the middle that with this, like, the ball needs to be indestructible.
Yes.
Made
Oh, was that ever a doubt?
I don't think. I mean, I think right now the ball's just made of some shiny glass, but right now it needs to be made of firm adamantium.
I like to think of it being radioactive as well.
Well, that's why it glows, I thought.
Yes, you're right. Actually,
Even if it
Good
isn't
point.
radioactive now, by the time it does its full circuit of the Earth and lands back to the ground, I think it will be.
Imagine how
True, with
white
all the
hot it'll
space
be
Ooh,
when it comes
Hot to
back
the
into
touch.
orbit. It'll just be a flaming ball of time.
that'd be cool.
It only cools down by the beginning of the next year.
Actually, if we can find a way to go into space and compact space-time in the way that we can just make it a pure, dense ball of time.
An interesting choice.
It
In
could
fact,
always be
if
the new
we
year.
if we release it at just the right moment, we might be existing in 2 years simultaneously if we combust it.
That's true. And then imagine how many people will die then because of years. Years inherently being the reason why people die.
Unless it's like two separate realities where certain people are dying and certain people are not, and you can kind of time shift and hop into the more desirable reality. Yes, Derek, I call on you.
Thank you. Yes. I mean, maybe you just answered my question with your point. Are we aiming at trying to cause mass devastation with our new year, new me?
Isn't that
Protect the world
from
within
devastation?
our nation.
Are we going to unite all peoples within every
To denounce
nation?
the evil of truth and love.
To extend our reach to the stars above?
Jesse.
James, are we done?
Yeah.
Are we-
Team Rocket blast off with the speed of light.
Surrender
Nice.
now or prepare to fight.
Evan, this is you.
Meowth, that's right.
That's right. Nailed it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. Okay, so this was all on the same tangent of us using the ball in the way that it's been used before by dropping it onto the ground. I was talking with Ben and Derek before and was proposing the idea of perhaps utilizing gravity and friction and just maybe moving it from Times Square to that one really steep road in San Francisco and having a running of the bulls type situation where you put it on the top of the hill and you push it and time it so that by the time it gets down, it's a new year and it can just trample things and people can try to run ahead of it and just get bowled over.
Smash
like when they,
cars.
yeah, like when they chase that thing of cheese in England.
Yeah.
Is
Down
there
the
like
hill.
a running of the cheese wheel?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
in England. Is England?
Yeah. I think it's on a big hill in England. It's like crazy steep.
Do you guys
Yep,
ever
they all
think that
just-
people in England have way too much time on their hands?
Dude, there are a lot of like cultural festivities in Europe that just don't get publicized. They're just ridiculous. Like the shin kicking competition.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yep, they just kick each other in the shins. It's not in all of Europe. This isn't like a specific.
No, I
country.
think actually in Europe they call that by a different name. It's football.
Yes,
Oh.
just
yeah.
sometimes a ball gets put in the mix.
We call it something else in America, but I think over there it's football.
Yes, I'm not. The word escapes me in America, but yes,
I think it's flunkerton.
Flonkerton.
That's got
What any other ball suggestions?
We could
Oh!
grease it up really good so it slides faster. And then
We
like,
could
you could crash
replace
through
it
all the
with-
floors of the building.
Oh, that'd be funny.
It's just filled with mass. Like it's an extraordinarily dense star.
Like a
So
neutron
that
star.
the moment we release it, it just sinks to the center of the earth.
New
We
year.
could make it bouncy. We could replace it with Lance Armstrong. Make it irony filled.
Mm.
I had this idea that the entire countdown is an auction, so that everybody is sort of like bidding on the ball as it drops, and like once it reaches zero, whoever has the highest bid last wins.
That would be cool.
So, and then my only question is, where do the funds go?
The
Next
funds.
ball.
Oh yeah, to
Next.
the ball for next year.
And it just becomes inordinately more valuable.
Yeah.
Like diamond, like this one's made of diamonds.
The next
The
one's
next
made
one's-
of diamonds and gold.
The next one's made of dwarven mithril.
Ooh.
The next one's made of orphans.
Exactly.
They're very valuable.
and powerful.
We can make it like a big jungle gym ball like have it
Oh,
be
and have
a
people
bunch of bars
climb it all
and
inside
people playing in it. Yeah.
That's just like Pirates of the Caribbean 2, Dead Man's Chest.
Yeah.
That's true. Yes, it is.
That's what I was thinking.
I want to do Dead Man's Chest on the new year.
Is that your resolution to do Dead Man's Chest?
Yes.
I'm gonna take a dead man's chest on this next year.
Speaking of which, I think we've like figured out like a good way to deal. We've tossed them a lot of ideas for how to fix the ball, but like that's just helping the people running this event yearly. What about the average Joe, average Jill, American that's just trying to make their lives better in 2019?
I believe the colloquialism is resolutions, Benjamin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. I thought it was revolutions, but
That's
that
the
might
last
be.
book of the Bible.
We can add that to the ball too to make it spin. That'll be cool.
Add
Yep.
revolutions.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yes. So I looked up some classic revolutions. Some classic resolutions
Rattle them off.
that I think that people should do to increase their New Year's efficiency. And I'll pick. Can I give you one of you guys to pick a number 1 through 50?
Oh,
Go ahead, Evan.
49. 49.
49.
Nice.
Okay, this is where they get to wrap up. Start writing a book and/or journal.
Those
So
are very different.
yeah, so this is a New Year's resolution that you could choose to do. And how could the average? I hear that like everybody has one good book in them. So I think that like maybe this New Year's resolution is a way to grab that book out of somebody and rest it out and put it on Amazon for the world to see. So I'm guessing like how do we encourage people to get this book out of their bods and into our eyes?
So, what I would suggest is get themselves a Palm Pilot so that they can have
All right,
something.
it's gonna be 2019, Evan.
Yeah, I don't know. Get like a small notepad you can write things down because you don't have to write the whole book in one day.
That's
You got
true.
a bunch of days. Write a few
true.
sentences every day, and then a few years from then you'll be done.
George
sentences
R. R.
don't
Martin
have
has
to
had a
cohere.
good book in him for the last 8 years, I think.
Zing. What if he's one of our listeners?
If he is, then
That's-
I'm a huge
Even
fan,
better.
and I'm waiting for the Winds of Winter. Just keep taking your time, because I know it'll be great when it comes out. Thank you.
Nice. Hey, listen up, fat man. You better get on the task.
You better start either delivering presents or delivering pages.
That's right.
Oh,
What if he
I saw-
does it Charles Dickens style and just releases it in the newspaper day by day?
Like
That would
the
be
Green Mile.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
Great
I was
expectation.
thinking of Stephen King, not Charles Dickens.
True.
Nice.
They're roundabouts the same, aren't they?
Same time period, same book style. Yeah.
You know, I just hopped on Twitter, and I saw
Epic.
this really great thing that is actually applicable to this resolution. And if you just wrote one page every day, then your book would be 365 pages long by the end of the year, and it would be done.
What if it's a leap
that-
year?
366 pages.
Oh man, and no publisher's gonna publish something that long. You're fucked every 4 years for this book. Also, I feel like if you just write a page every day, you kind of are in different moods every day.
Mm-hmm.
So like you come at it and you're mid scene, and then the mood of the scene immediately changes. Like you're feeling really lovey dovey on Thursday, but you just had a goddamn shit day on Friday. So you come home and this scene that was a love scene takes a hard turn, and now the grandma dies in the story.
Hey, you know, that's they say art mirrors life, and sometimes...
And that's how George R. R. Martin wrote Game of Thrones.
Yeah, see?
Yep.
Cracked
Every
that
book
one.
is 365 pages, and you just now realized.
I didn't know until now. That's why Winds of Winter is so long. It's actually going to be like 5,000 pages.
It's going to be 8 years long.
Give me another number, guys.
20.
No, 20.
No, 2.
20.
I like his 20.
Okay.
Come on, guys. Come to it. Okay, 20. Spend more time with the people that matter.
Aw, like
And
make
I
a
feel-
podcast with your buddies.
Exactly. Yeah, this is a wholesome thing, and I think I should read the description of this one here in this little article that I'm drawing from. There is just too little time in this life to wait for us to waste it on insincere, duplicitous, and toxic people. We should focus on the people we care about deeply and who care about us, as is the best way to stay happy. And I think they bring up an interesting point. I think, in general, I spend too much of my life focused on major duplicity.
Yeah, you know, the person who wrote that article definitely had like someone very specific in mind. They're like toxic, duplicitous people.
But more importantly, they are also implying that you need to first make duplicitous friends. So I think more importantly, there should be a resolution before that about extracting the things you need from these friends before you disarm your friendship.
Yes.
So finding a way to basically act as like a leech or like a succubus and get the things you need from these bad friends before they realize you're taking from them, and then sever ties immediately.
Exactly. A lot of these articles don't think about like you in the situation. Like these are terrible friends, so you should take whatever you can from them before you leave them in the dust and dirt. So maybe ask for favors that you won't return, or borrow DVDs that you'll never intend to give back.
If you don't help them hit rock bottom, they'll never learn how bad of a friend they really
That's
are.
right.
And then
Exactly.
you're not doing them a service.
Yeah, this could be a new year for them too. Like you turned their
Exactly.
whole life around by making them realize what a shit friend they are.
And not to mention, like when they hit rock bottom, their New Year's resolutions will be that much easier to hit in the upcoming year.
True.
Because then they'll start cutting bad friends out of their life. And then by, I don't know, 2030, like we're all just friends on Facebook in Mark Zuckerberg's cyber reality.
Exactly. And I like to also mention like the duplicitous thing. Do you think that this person who wrote this list is actually involved in the intelligence community and like is just tired of their friends being just spying on them for opposing countries?
Maybe.
I think
'Cause
that's
the word-
probably right.
The word duplicity suggests to me super spy.
Yeah.
Like two
that,
identities, duplicity.
Mhm.
in the movie Multiplicity with Michael Keaton.
Of Birdman fame.
That's the movie he's known from. Birdman. That's right.
True.
Not
Yes.
Batman.
And that
No.
one where he's the guy from McDonald's,
Jack Frost.
Jack Frost.
He was
Like
in Jack
the
Frost.
in the Tim Allen Santa Claus 3 Jack Frost?
No, that was the short funny guy.
This was the one that looks like a Campbell's
Gilbert
soup
Godfrey?
commercial.
Gilbert Godfrey. But yeah, the Campbell Soup commercial one where
Danny
his kid
DeVito.
plays hockey. And then
You're just naming actors, Ben. You're not even.
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, now you're just naming shorter actors.
yeah, go ahead and beat that one, Ben. Get shorter.
Professor Flitwick? I forgot the actor's name. Oh,
Vern
wait, no,
Troyer.
Warwick Davis.
Warwick. I had him. Warwick. Because he's like a werewolf. I guess.
That's what I think of.
Yes.
Uh,
Or he's like a candle wick. He's so small.
Oh.
well, let's get personal here. What are your guys' New Year's resolutions?
Well, I actually have a list of my 2018 resolutions on the old phone
shit.
here. And so,
Let's bring him out.
yeah,
Nice.
thought I'd crack it open and see how I did now that the year's almost over.
Oh,
Crack
these
it
are
open.
last year's.
These are last year's, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Let's
yeah.
grade
Crack
you.
it open with the boys.
Crack
This will
one
make
open
me
with
feel
the
so
boys.
much better about myself, I think.
The last one on my list is start a podcast.
Oh, shit.
Freaking
You
check.
fucking grabbed that one at the end of the year.
Record some audiobooks. Check.
Nailed it.
For the listener who
Check.
doesn't know, you can find audiobooks that I recorded on Amazon, iTunes, or Audible by just searching my name, Derek Bry.
Which I should do. I've got some Audible credits.
Yeah, or I can just give you a free download code.
Or you could do that. Yeah, yes, please.
Private message me, like, comment, and subscribe to our podcast, and maybe I'll gift you a book code for me.
Follow us on Twitter as well if we're going to keep plugging things, and we
heck
can
yeah.
possibly get you one of those passwords
Absolutely.
at Let's Bring Them In.
There we go.
Back to seeing how Derek did.
Back to Derek.
Learn and practice more of a language than just a week or two, a la Duolingo. And
Okay,
I've
nice.
recently spent over 90 days teaching myself Japanese, which is why
That's
we came up
really
with the
good.
name Ruru Jimunashi, the episode that
So you-
aired today, December 3rd.
Wait, so you didn't just Google Translate it?
I did, but I double checked it with my knowledge that I learned.
All right, so I
So
just
it doesn't
Google translated
really
it.
count. But
I forgot what you said, and then I just Google translated it, and I didn't even bother to double check. So those
well-
90 days have come wasted,
Well-
is what I'm telling you.
that's the moral of that story. But I did start a podcast with my friends.
Well, I think you're actually 3 for 3. Let's keep
Yeah.
going down the list so I can feel better.
We've got eat better and work out more.
How's that going?
I feel pretty healthy. And
Hey, no one-
I go to the
No
gym.
one
not a
knows your
metric.
body better than you.
That's right. And I think I'm probably in the best shape I've ever been in. So 2018,
Okay, but is the
pretty shit year
is the
other than for me.
metric is the metric how you feel, or is it did you actually start eating better?
I started focusing more on paying attention to what I was eating and choosing to put less Taco Bell and more good food into my body.
But the trouble is, the less
All
Taco
right.
Bell you put in, the
worse you feel.
means that when you do put Taco Bell in, your body rejects it as though it is
Mhm.
diesel fuel, and your body just kind of, I would say, is
Oh, yeah.
crippled for a couple of days.
I've noticed this.
Yeah.
I immediately get a tightness in my whole body as soon as I've imbibed any of those burritos or chalupas.
So to counter that, once I realized, like, hey, if I eat really well for a long time and then go back to eating garbage food that tastes really good, my body hates me forever. So I keep sprinkling Taco Bell in on like a periodic basis so that my body never really gets that healthy, but I can still eat the food that I want and
Now that
maintain
is
some
the
sort
play.
of fitness. Yeah.
Very smart.
So
The
yeah,
carnal pleasures.
absolutely.
Pleasures of the flesh.
That's right.
Shout out
so-
to high school.
So I guess what I'm figuring out here is Derek was 5 for 5 on his New Year's resolutions, and I feel like shit because I worked out for 10 days this year. I counted.
But was that your
and-
resolution to work out for 10 days?
No, it was not. Let me tell you that right now. It was to work out a few more times than that.
Well, the year's not over.
They were 10 strong days of working out. If I kept up that pace, I would be a fit man.
Did you do P90X this year?
Yeah, for 10 days.
Hell
Yep.
yeah.
And it went
I
real
remember
well.
the posts.
But then I,
think I do
went
too.
to I went to visit Jess. So I flew. So I obviously couldn't do it while I was traveling,
Mm-hmm.
like either in the car or on the plane. And then when I got back, I'm like, wouldn't it be great if I just didn't exercise again?
It's your cheat day that's been going on for a while.
That's
It
true.
has. Maybe my New Year's resolution will be to never make a New Year's resolution to exercise again.
Nice.
So I don't disappoint myself. My New Year's resolution is to have lower standards for my body.
My New Year's resolution is to meet loose women. That's not true. Reference from The Office. Please don't fight me. So, I cannot recall making resolutions because I don't do them. Because I am a terrible boy who will say, I really want to do this and be convicted, and then hours later, slip into a long session of like playing video games or sleeping, or even worse, just laying down. So, if I'm going to make a resolution now, I have to make it something absurd. So I'm going to say one that's a joke. My resolution is to, I don't know, knit
How about-
hats.
Okay, well, I mean, I get that, but what if have you been cooking at all? Do you have time to cook?
My mother, who loves me, has done a nifty thing by making me frozen crockpot meals, and I put them in a crockpot. So I essentially am a negligent lifeguard with food and just put things in a pool for 8 hours and then come back and pour it down my mouth.
That's the greatest description of a crock pot I've ever heard in my
That
whole
is
life.
seriously good. We don't need to rebrand that. That's money.
No, but
Negligent lifeguard.
I know how to cook
That's
a
so
few
good.
things. Like I can cook chicken, I can cook wings, I can cook fish. Mostly meats.
Two of those were chicken, by the way.
Chicken, wings, and fish. Chicken and wings.
Yeah.
Same animal. I can cook most anything on a stove or oven. I'm good at those.
Well, nice.
Yes. And you, Derek, how's your cooking ability?
I don't really cook much of anything ever.
I like it.
Yeah.
Good move.
So that's part
What
of
do
my.
you eat?
I don't.
You'll never
So-
die from a grease fire.
Um, I went through a phase where I ate eggs every morning for breakfast, like a big egg. Like, oh, I gotta get that protein. Trying to be health, whatever.
Big egg.
Big egg.
Big egg.
Big egg.
Nice.
So I was like trying to eat eggs a lot, but I really got sick of the taste of eggs. So then I switched to peanut butter toast, and then I got really sick of that. And so I think I might have to go back to eggs now because those are the only two
Yeah.
breakfasts.
Yeah, that's the taste you can see.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Yeah.
Ready?
yeah. Yellow bottle green. Yellow bottle.
That's all of our listeners. You are the boys, and we're cracking a cold one open with you.
Nice. Girls and boys, you're the boys.
No matter where you are out in the world, no matter where you are in life, whether you've been successful in your 2018 resolutions, whether you've fucked them up or have been as successful as Derek or as bad at them as Ben, we're cracking one open with you today.
That's right. All right, so let's get to what we are best at, which is rebranding. So, how should we rebrand resolutions?
That's a great question.
I say the government gives you a tax exemption if you do it.
That'd be really cool. You have to report your resolution by, say, the end of January, and then they check back in with you come mid-December and say, hey, did you do it? And if you did,
I don't
great.
think they need to check in. I think they just know at this point.
Oh, well,
Irish honor system.
I guess that makes sense.
It's kind of like an automatic application that just appears on your taxes like, yeah, you totally nailed it, or no, you didn't.
And if you don't, you don't get the exemption, obviously, but you also have to pay more taxes.
Mm-hmm.
I figured a flagelling, like flagellism.
Oh,
yeah,
that'd be cool
yes. Yeah, you have to whip yourself in the street. So it's like a mix of positive and negative reinforcement.
Yeah.
As we know, we're not really. I think science is inconclusive about which is more successful. So let's just try both.
Perfect at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to go. Evan, are you enjoying that beverage?
I think the milk's gone bad.
Oh no!
Milk was a bad choice.
Evan cracked one open for himself, but I don't think it worked out for him. The big boy's gone sour.
That happens, though. You gotta roll tide.
Hey, roll tide, roll.
No, wait,
Roll
hold
Tide.
on now. Isn't that the incest thing?
Nope, that's just Alabama. It's just Alabama
Like
football.
I said, isn't that the incest thing?
Oh, Ben, big dab on Alabama
Sick
football fans.
burn. I just want to clear the air before we get too carried away with our New Year's resolutions that prior to like 5 or 6 weeks ago when I joined the podcast, I had accidentally completed most of my resolutions without having checked in on them for 11 months out of the year. Like I completely forgot about them. But then I was like, oh, I think I wrote this down. And so I pulled it back up and was like, oh, I guess I got all of them.
So what you're saying is you should get your resolutions tattooed on your body so you never forget them and you see them every day. And if you don't complete them, you can't remove the tattoo.
Fair. That's
I think
actually
the whole
great.
point of resolutions is to shoot too high and realize that you'll never achieve what you thought you could achieve. So Derek, I think you fucked up
I know.
the true like the reason behind the season of New Year's resolutions. You should have shot higher so that you would inevitably fail. You shot reasonably and you succeeded, making everybody else feel bad.
Yeah,
So do
and
we wanna
2019 is going
fix
to be a
that?
shit year for me, apparently.
Wrong.
Oh.
So do we want to fix that though? Do we want to have people be more reasonable with their resolutions by forcing them to tattoo them on their body? I'm kind of on this idea.
Yeah, that's
I really
a good
like
idea.
the idea of tattooing.
I'm in it.
I like the idea of government accountability and public shaming.
Combine them both. Public shaming for tattoos that you obviously didn't complete.
Yeah,
And they have to be face tats.
but like every year they need to be like if you live 100 years, your face is gonna be just ink. So I think we need to rethink this a little bit.
Well, like you said, if you do the resolution, then you get them removed. And so you could just have a clean slate every year if you set reasonable
your
enough.
face would be a clean slate of scar tissue.
Maybe back tats, lower back, like tramp stamps.
Yes, I like that.
Put them in fine print so you can put a lot of them up
You
there.
you can pick the font.
There you go.
And then, like, if you nail your resolutions, you get a smiley face, and if you fail, someone draws a dick.
Oh man, you got a lot of dicks on your lower back. What's that about? Huh?
Yeah, don't I know it?
Yeah, I had this really ambitious stage when I was younger.
And now I got nothing but dicks, a line of dicks.
So I think we tie this together by you can have resolutions if you want. And if you do, you have to tattoo them on your lower back. And then during the year, it's like, oh, cool. Like, good for you. Like, you've got ambition. Like, this is your year. But then, like, as the year goes, like, during beach season, midway through the year, when you're showing your body off the most, how has the progress been?
That's true. People are gonna start checking in, holding you more accountable. Like,
Yeah, it's like,
have you really written a whole book already this year? You wanted to write 2, so
True. That's very true. 2 pages a day.
yeah, separate
like
stories.
this. I like this. Number 12, get more quality sleep. So I think to achieve quality sleep, what we need to do is make sure that we are hitting our REMs. We are truly reaching a coma stage by mid-sleep. And that by 3/4 into the dream, we have full control over our subconscious.
Oh, more lucid dreaming.
Yes.
I could see a potential issue here. What if you have the goal of getting deeper sleep, but to accomplish it, become an alcoholic?
Explain.
You will never get a deeper sleep than when you are passed out drunk.
I think you will never skip time faster than when you are passed out drunk.
Called time traveling. But here's the thing: when it says more quality, is it saying more like quantity or more of the quality? Do you want your like shorter sleep, but it to be better, or do you want more and then quality sleep?
Dealer's choice. I mean, do whatever it takes to not get a dick drawn on your back.
Do you want to sleep
Like-
half the year? Or
Yeah,
do you want to
so
sleep
you could
hard?
spend 3 days awake straight and then sleep for 2 days.
Okay, yeah, I think this needs to be 2019 sleep hard.
2019 is the year of sleep.
Yeah,
That's a good
but like
one.
not just normal sleep, sleep hard.
Sleep
Yes.
hard. None of that
Deep.
soft sleep. No easy sleeping.
Deep turgid sleep.
Good word.
Turgid is a fantastic
Yeah,
word.
holy cow.
Thank you.
Go see your doctor more often is number 32.
What if he's a dickhead?
What if he's
What if she, you sexist bitches?
We let the door open for you so you could be the good guy.
Yeah. Hey, so a kid gets in a car accident and he goes to the hospital and the doctor says the mom is the paramedic and she brings him into the place and they're like, hey, the doctor says, I cannot operate on this child. It is my son. How is this possible?
2 moms? Is that the
Two
joke?
moms, you stupid bitch.
yes?
Nice.
No,
Checkmate. Checkmate.
three moms. It is a
atheists.
multi-unit family.
That's right.
You-
Multi-unit.
You just
Oh man.
Oh, baby.
Come on, guys! I just got through high school. You're bringing this shit up to me again.
Shout out to-
Olin Rogers, you motherfucker!
Shout out to Balloon Shop. We miss you every day.
I rejoice your destruction.
He's alone. I miss you.
So on the
Number 37. Get over an X.
Oh,
but then you have
just
to
any of them? Just pick one.
get over it, or just like does it have to be like a new X and then get
Yeah.
over it?
No. An X. It does not specify. What are you, Evan? What are you doing with your shirt?
All right, Ben, relax. Ben is making up things right now. I have no idea what he's
He's
talking
just showing
about.
us his nipples.
Whoa.
Do we have to change the rating on the podcast now because we said nipples twice?
No, we're
Hey,
explicit.
what is your favorite rating for movies?
Good.
Yeah, mine too, I guess.
Fresh.
Oh, I like movies that are 5 stars.
I like when I see them and everyone else likes them too.
I make sure they like them first before I say that I like them to know that I'm right.
Exactly. And in fact,
Actually,
when I leave a movie and I feel like it was okay, I check the readings. If they were below par, I realize that I was wrong, and then I hate it.
you make a great point.
This is movie watching etiquette 101 for
That's
the
right.
podcast listener who doesn't know.
When someone asks if you like the movie after you leave, you had better be on your phone already checking to see because they're testing to see if you've read it. because they already know if they're asking, they're on their phone in the theater.
Let's see. Did I like this
Hey,
movie?
hey! I was just wondering. Did you like that movie? Did you like that film? Did you like that motion picture?
Wait.
Hey, no, put the phone away. Wait, how'd you feel? How'd you feel?
Well,
And then
there were
50-50.
yeah, there were a lot of good points. How did you feel?
Overall? Just an overall like up down.
Yeah. Yes, no.
Feeling.
Give me a yes or give me a no.
I
Give me
think
a
like
yes,
a
no.
right around here ish.
Nope. Definitive answer.
Visual medium. Visual medium.
Yes.
I need an audible answer.
Yep. No. Yes. No.
Derek's nodding.
And this was our bit where we pressure someone into saying if they liked something or not in this new age where you decide if you like things or not.
And if you need a visual,
that's-
just think about the scene from Gladiator where the Emperor is sort of like deciding the fate of the gladiators and lifting his thumb up or down.
Good pull.
Yep. Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, Joaquin Phoenix.
So-
Who's playing the Joker in that new
Oh,
Batman.
that looks interesting.
My New Year's resolution is to watch that movie. Hopefully I can come around to that one.
You're going to get a smiley face on your tramp stamp, that's for sure.
That's right. Big
That's
smile.
okay. How many movies have you seen this year in theaters?
Quite a few. So the movie theater by my house has a $5 movie night.
Good
Hell
for
yeah.
you. That's
So
awesome.
I do that on Tuesdays, yeah.
Favorite movie you've seen this year?
Oh, dude, recency bias is bad for me. So, I mean, I just saw... actually, no. Oh, gosh, I'm going to get roasted alive by people listening and saying, obviously, but what was a horror movie?
A Quiet Place.
Get Out. No, A Silent Home.
No, not A Quiet
Silent,
Place.
a Silent
Hereditary.
Night. A Silent
Hereditary.
Night.
I saw Hereditary 4 times in theaters. I loved
Oh,
it.
jeez.
Really?
I got
Yes.
to see it 0
Loved
times in theaters, and I felt like a loser.
I was passing by it on Family Video, and I was like, "This looks too scary for Ben."
Oh,
It's probably scarier at your own house. I also saw Bohemian Rhapsody soon, and it was pretty good, but it was like the most romanticized version of.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, it's like it's not hard hitting at all. It's very much romanticized.
I still want to know.
he did a great job playing Freddie Mercury, though.
Oh,
still wanna
I think
know-
he should get an award.
He
for
sure
that.
should.
Holy cow!
How do you get over an ex? Like, how do you pick?
Oh, okay.
Back to
Way
the
to bring it back.
resolutions.
Way to bring it back. Well, I guess it depends on if you get to pick your own ex or if it's
Derek,
the most
let's pick an
recent.
ex for you.
I don't think we should.
Is it the most recent ex, or let's pick a few exes back?
I don't know about that.
We have
Who's one that
we
will
have
never listen to
one
this
idea.
podcast?
I don't know. We should play this game at all.
Okay, Derek,
Anywho.
let's pick one at random. Let's look through your Facebook history. I'm gonna look through your Facebook profile. Pick one at random, and I'm gonna help you get over
Oh
them.
man.
Let me do this real quick for
I like
you.
this. I like this. If you help someone out with their own resolutions, you get
get a
half credit
pass.
on one of your own resolutions.
You can have a pass.
Not on this podcast, you don't.
All right.
Even if it means forcibly saying, "Hey, what's one of your resolutions? Let's do that right now."
Yeah, shouldn't we wait until sometime in 2019, like a year from now, maybe?
I like that. Set an alarm on your phone right now, and in 1 year,
We'll play
we
this
will
game.
Call one of your exes, and we will say, "Hey, let's work this out."
Call
There's
all
no
of our
better way.
exes.
No better. That sounds like a great idea. One of our podcasts will have all of our exes on.
Is
and
there
it'll be great.
is there any overlap?
I don't.
I don't think so.
That'd be cool if there was.
It would be.
That'd be epic and for the win. But I like this idea that if you help someone out with their resolutions, you get credit for your own.
Okay, guys.
It's like a
to-
subsidy.
To give you guys because I know Derek's like 5 for 5, but to Evan, how about you help me with some of my New Year's resolutions from 2018 to help you get like
Yeah.
half credit for
There we go.
going into 2019?
What?
So some of my New Year's resolutions were
Yes.
to work out. I did that
Okay.
10 times and then gave up.
That's perspective, though. So,
Yeah.
how many times were you planning on working out? You can lie and say 5.
I
Boom,
can't
doubled it.
lie and say 5 because I wasn't. I wanted to. I wasn't an amount of times. It was to reattain my perfect Greek god form.
Your ultimate
that
form
my ultimate form that I lost.
from the martial arts days.
Yeah, I was trying to get back there.
One day, Ben. Okay, so here's how I'll help you. We will hand-to-hand
Yes.
combat fight when I get back for 3 straight days. which is what not Danny, but Robert California does in The Office to work out once a month.
Sweet.
If I could get you in a single like location for more than 8 hours, I would. Don't fucking lie to me that I could get you for 3 straight days.
3 straight days of fighting,
I
wrestling
invite
each other.
you over to my house over the past 10 years, and you come over at 9 p.m. and then leave at 12.
Legendary move. Come when you are most wanted, when desire is highest. I usually bring beer though.
Hey,
That's fair.
dude,
That's true.
when you're over, it's a good time. I'm just horny for more.
Oh,
Oh, good time, not a long time.
no.
Yeah.
All right.
But how about good and long?
Okay. Another resolution I made and failed so far was to complete a script. And I have
didn't do that
been
this year?
Robin Hood.
I've had a lot of start and stops. Okay, yes.
What about the length of
issue-
the script? Like, is it short? Is it feature?
No, feature length scripts. So I've had a lot of starting and stopping this year over different scripts.
Okay.
So how can you help me out? Why are you continuing to drink that? You keep gagging, Evan.
To test my body strength.
Like you've done. Every time I look over, you're sipping it again, and you're like, wah, wah.
Part of it's visual effect. I'm a physical comedy guy, and I'm trying to get that through to the podcast.
Well, you're not doing it in an audible way. I'm just having to translate your torturing of yourself into audible medium.
True. Very true.
Here's an
Script.
idea. Scripts, yeah. So you did do several other projects this year. Like, it wasn't just like Ben sat on his ass and didn't work out and didn't finish any scripts this year. He was working, shooting stuff, writing stuff. I know you had a very successful D&D campaign. That is just putting pen to paper to become a great fantasy script.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
You could lazily push this on to an anthology movie.
True.
Don't say this because I totally wanted to.
See?
Oh man.
Or we can just spitball a bunch of ideas and you can write a script before the end of the year. Yeah, like 4
Okay,
weeks.
you know what? Let's do this. This is how you guys are going to earn your. Derek, you're going to get 150%. Evan, you're going to get 50% for your year.
Does my
So
50
let's
roll
spit-
over for next year?
No
yeah.
rollover minutes.
No
What do you think this
rollover
is?
minutes. Yeah, no-
Singular
yeah, no
wireless?
rollover minutes.
Oh, dang it.
You just get an extra half a smiley face on your tramp stamp, like an extra
Yes.
half.
Freckles and dimples.
So I guess help me write a script real quick.
Okay, so first and foremost, we zoom in on someone who is slowly panning through a house that's really messy up into this cool looking young guy, and he wakes up and he says, "You're probably wondering how all this happened. Well, so am I." And then you get a really fast rewind, and then it pauses and it goes,
Wait, nope,
Yep.
stop, Evan. On to Derek.
And it pauses.
We're mad libbing this.
And
I like that.
so it pauses, and it's going to be right in the middle of a situation that obviously led to how we got to where we started from. And the voiceover kicks back on, and the screen is still frozen, and it says, "Yeah, right about here is where I started to lose my idea of what was happening." I mean, we can workshop the dialogue.
All right,
a little
stop. Now we're skipping into the second act. We have just lost the main character's mentor. He was a frivolous bookstore owner.
Hey, who's writing this script?
I've got this. Don't worry. It's my script. I have to have it written. It's part of my resolution. It's
true.
So his bookstore owner has just died, being attacked by pigeons that he had once loved. And the pigeons all had the face of his old dead wife. And this is after he taught him how to sort books via the Dewey Decimal System. Now the main character is on their quest to enter the Dewey Decimal System tournament. Back to Evan.
Okay, so dejected, facing the casket, he turns and walks away, and he sees a shadowy figure under a tree sitting on a bench, and the character says, "Hey, kid."
Yeah.
And the character says, "I am not a kid, so he can't be talking to me." And then walks past. Character trips him. This shadowy character trips our main character. And then he looks up, and he sees that it is his mentor's twin brother that he didn't know about at all. That way we can keep the same actor and just say it's his twin.
OB2.
Yep, exactly.
Nice.
Back to Derek. What happens next?
Obviously, our main character is going to fall all the way down the hill out of sheer shock. Fall back, roll a little bit until they get stopped. They're like, "Whoa, sorry, I just thought I saw a ghost." Well, it's not a ghost. It's me, the twin brother, Obi-2.
Except the main character receives a tap on their shoulder, and they turn around, and Obi-Wan is there. And look at me, it is a ghost! Obi-Wan!
Plot twist, double plot twist, boom, boom. Now we got 2 mentors.
Yeah, 2 mentors, 1 a ghost, one a human brother.
So mentor number 1 is obviously going to have a lot more knowledge because he or she, they have been to the other side and are now coming back to finish training.
And the other one is obviously a denizen of the Shadow Realm, being constantly encased in shadows.
And physically strong.
And
the physical aspect.
That's fair.
Physically beefy, because they need it for the upcoming Dewey Decimal Tournament.
That's right.
That's right.
So do we fast forward now to the tournament arc?
Yeah, skipping up to the tournament.
Perfect.
The main character's girlfriend has left them for...
Hot! That's hot! Has a girlfriend, hot!
Big titties. Big old titties.
Ooga! Ooga!
That's all in the script, by the way. That's all going to be in text. We are not being gross.
Yeah, it's
this is all...
subtext. That's the subtext of the scene.
It's obviously most of you listening aren't script writes, but when you're describing a female character, you have to include such descriptors in order for the casting agency to get a full picture of the person you are looking for.
Just so everyone listening out there knows, you don't have to include those exact words. You can just attach pictures of what you hope everything ends up looking like.
I don't think anyone in the modern day attaches pictures to their script. Derek.
Did you hear that? I thought that was just between me and the listeners. Sorry.
You do have to describe what they're going to wear using colors, though. Like in My Immortal.
Yup. Yes, you need to describe everything they're wearing, how low cut it is, everything like that. And in walks enemy boy wearing yellow and a dragon on his tunic, and it looks like he is very well hung. And he's bad boy. He's a very bad boy. And he walks up to the main character and says, I bet I could find the misadventures of Huckleberry Finn far faster than you little bitch boy.
Ooh, them's
Okay.
fighting words.
Do I jump in now?
Yep.
Yes, please.
Then our main character says, oh yeah? Well, I bet you like the edited version because you're scared of true literature, which includes time-honored text. And then they get into an argument about Harper Lee's book, To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh.
Or the sequel.
To Set a Watchman.
What's that one called?
Yeah.
Or Go Set a Watchman.
Yeah.
Go Set a Watchman. So then they talk about that for a while. And Ghost Mentor goes and finds this guy's mentor and finds out, because you're not allowed to have your mentor on set.
Mm-hmm.
So he shook his beefy mentor's hand, our main character, and said, farewell, I will see you after the competition. And he goes and finds out that the Shadow character goes and finds out that his rival is wearing an earpiece. And he's cheating!
All right, over to Derek.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So now
All right,
we're faced with
we're in Act 3. We're deep in Act 3 here.
this is the biggest moral dilemma of the whole arc for our hero. Do I report my enemy, my rival is cheating, or do I beat him without cheating myself? So he has this internal monologue situation. Oh my gosh, that's an earpiece. He's getting help. This whole tournament is a sham because he's cheating. No, I'm going to win this on my own terms. That's what Master would want me to do. And then he starts working harder than he's ever worked before. He's tearing through the aisles. The numbers are flying past him. He knows exactly where he's going. He knows that he can find it, and he knows that he'll be faster without cheating.
Just then, the door bursts open. His big, buxom lady friend comes in and says, main character, it's about your mother. She's dying in the hospital right now.
And the violins come up slowly.
There, Evan, what happens?
He immediately goes to the section where hospitals would be in the Dewey Decimal System.
And his mother's right there. It was a trick, and he figured it out.
Yep, that was the mentally taxing aspect of the tournament.
Oh my god.
At some point, there's a little bit of a screw in the system, and he figured it out before the other guy because his mic wasn't picking up because there's a ham radio truckers convention nearby.
Little
And not to mention,
interference.
he wasn't looking for the real puzzle, and the real puzzle was
Love.
inside the whole time.
Love.
And love.
Big bazongas.
And the end is they reach each other's arms, and he shoves his face between those bazongas.
He
And
gets lost in those those kids in the cave.
and that's where we roll credits, kind of just like as that's just happening over and over again.
So basically, now you just pay a stenographer to write down everything we just said, and boom, that's a
Yeah,
script.
I'll just shoot this over to a transcription, and I think we have it. You guys both get 50% for helping me complete my New Year's resolution.
Nice.
I'm at 50% because I still haven't worked out, and I won't.
50% of the profits. Or 50.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna put. No. Well.
Okay.
Do you get to cut your losses if you decide that a resolution is stupid?
Is that true?
I think
I mean-
It was stupid the whole time.
maybe you have to live with it because you made a dumb resolution.
Yes, but like, what if you can buy insurance? Basically, be like, hey, I'll
Oh.
pay half as much to not have to do it because it's bad.
I think
What
that
if you had a
sounds fair.
What if you had a resolution to learn carpentry, and then you find out you're allergic to a certain type of wood?
That's a great point.
Yeah, that's true.
Also,
That's true.
very relatable for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wood allergies, am I right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think there should be a resolution insurance. That's fair, and that opens up a
Okay.
completely new market.
Okay,
And
guys.
Ben, I'm sorry to have overshadowed your brand new script. If you enjoyed Ben's script, please subscribe and review our podcast.
Tell a friend.
If you have a great review, we will read it on the podcast.
Yeah.
A little
All right.
treat for you.
Yes, and I agree. If you enjoyed the podcast, please subscribe. We're literally on every service right now that's under the sun. Let's bring them in. Put the apostrophe between let and s because for some reason that's an issue.
And if you're sick of us trying to promote the podcast, then you're not doing your half of the agreement by telling enough people about us.
That's
hey,
right.
boys.
And we don't want to keep having this talk with you.
Hey boys, do you guys want one last resolution?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, number 42. Learn how to defend yourself.
Okay. All right. Real easy. You go and you buy a gun. Those in our time and age, you can buy a gun.
Welcome to martial arts. Here's a gun. All right, everybody. I have been Ben DeHart.
I will continue to be Evan Klein.
And I wasn't always, but I hope to remain Sir Derek.
Happy New Year. We'll be billing you.